ওকে, আজকে আমরা এই ন্যাশনালিজম টপিকটা নিয়ে আমরা ডিসকাস করব। So the nationalism in Bengali, it means Rashtrabad, isn't it? So Rashtrabad, when we are talking about the nationalism or Rashtrabad, it is directly related to the idea of nation. Nation means Rashtra, okay? And it is very essential to understand the concept of nationalism. Before we understand what is nationalism, we first let's try to understand what do you mean by the nation. Okay, now what is the nation? Rashtra tumra kake bolo? Nation is a large body of people who are united by some common aspect, such as common history, common culture, common language, and the most importantly, they are living in a particular territory or state. Okay, that is the nation. Now the nation word, it is derived from the Latin word nasi. It means to be born. Okay, so far as a nation, as I said, it is a like a neutral concept. Neutral concept in the sense that the nation, the particular nation, it depends how the ruler of that particular nation is governing or ruling that nation. It is a value neutral concept, nation. Take for example, if you talk about the Mao, okay, Mao, he tried to establish socialist form of nation. Likewise, Hitler, Mussolini, they established fascist form of government or nation. So nation, it's like it depends how the leaders or how the rulers they are articulating it. Okay, so now the nation is like it is a body of people who have common history, common culture, and common language, and they are residing in a particular area or particular territory. Okay, so this is the nation. Now what is the nationalism? Now the feelings of that particular people to their particular nation or attachment, okay, to the particular nation, that is the nationalism. Nationalism means the attitude of the citizens of that nation towards like about their identity as being a member of that nation, how they feel like we are Indian. Okay, as a citizen of India, what type of feelings or what type of attitude we possess towards our nation and towards our identity, that is the nationalism. Okay, so nationalism is an ideology as well as it is a movement also, and this nationalism promotes the interests of particular nation. Okay, so as well as it's also support, and we can say seek political independence or the sovereignty. Sovereignty means it is a supreme power of nation, isn't it? What is the sovereignty? Sovereignty is the supreme power of nation. And when does nation exercise this sovereign power? When it became free, or when it is free from any external forces. Take for example, if we're talking about the India during the independence period, before the independence period, we cannot say that the India is a sovereign country, because at that time India was under the rule of British. So India during that time was not the sovereign. So nationalism is, it's promote the interest of that particular nation and also try to get independence. What type of independence? Political independence, political sovereignty. Okay, and it also support those action that help or that contributed towards achieving that sovereignty or independence. So that is the nationalism. Nationalism is also in ideology. It is a feelings, we can say, or it is a attachment towards its nation. Okay, so in nationalism always support political sovereignty and always try to achieve that political sovereignty. Okay, now this nationalism, as I said, is an attachment, or we can say also, as I said, it is a feelings. So it is expressed through ethnicity, which is based on the certain aspect such as common ancestry, common language, history, and strong sense of distinctiveness. Okay, so in briefly we can say that the nationalism is a shared means the many people who have same type of feelings, that is shared group feelings in the significance of a geographical and sometimes demographic reason, seeking independence. Why? For its culture and for its ethnicity. Okay, nationalism is a belief that that involves attached to one's nation, and it's also involve national identity. That is the nationalism. Now when I'm discussing this one, when I'm explaining this nationalism, it appears that the nationalism is quite similar to patriotism. Okay, now the thing is, the modern nationalism, or we can say the nationalism as an idea, it was prevailed since ancient time, we can say that one, because when since ancient time, when the people, they have some feeling or the concern towards the territory they were residing. Okay, they have certain they have some feelings towards their culture, towards their ethnic group. Okay, so the idea of nationalism is not the new, like it was prevalent since as a when the it is old as the human history, you can say. But the modern term nationalism, okay, the modern nationalism, it has its origin in the Treaty of Westphalia. Okay, the modern concept of nationalism, it has its origin, okay, in the Treaty of Westphalia, and which was conducted in 1648. Okay, now what is the Treaty of Westphalia? The Westphalia, why it is important? The Treaty of Westphalia of 1648. In this treaty, what happened? The nation-state concept or the nation-state idea, it was crystallized. Earlier, there was no such a nation state idea. Okay, and because of the emergence of the nation state, the idea of nationalism was also became flourished, especially in Europe. And this Westphalia treaties, it's ended the monopoly of church in the state affairs. Okay, earlier the Pope who used to exercise monopoly even in the political affairs also, apart from the religious, political affairs also. Even they tried to control the ruler also. But after the Westphalia treaty, this monopoly was ended, and because several nation state emerged, and this nation state were the sovereign nation state, and ruled by the sovereign government. So the monopoly of Pope, or we can say church, it was ended. Okay, so now the next aspect of this treaty is also that with the emergence of nation state system, what happened? It was the transition was taking place when the society was slowly moving from feudalism to capitalism. Okay, not only that, it was also paving the way for democracy, and international law, and also the mutual trade also began to develop. And as I said, with the emergence of mutual trade or mercantile business, the unification of territories, it's became very important. Okay, for the new market, or to expand the trade or businesses. So what happened? And this unification of territory, it could be done only through the strong political authority or strong state. Okay, and what happened? So the unification of territory, it started. Now the unification of territory also provide the common identity. Okay, common identity that began to unite the people. Thus this also contributed to the idea of nation, and also later on the idea of nationalism. Okay, so the nation, the idea of nation, which helps to the unification of the state as well as the growth of the nationalism. So there are mainly three types of nationalism we can categorize. The first is a liberal nationalism. Second one is a expansionist nationalism, and third one is anti-colonial nationalism. Okay, so far as the nationalism approaches in India is concerned, we are going to discuss about four major approaches. One is the imperialist approach, nationalist approach, Marxist approach, and subaltern approach. Okay, so the nationalism is closely connected or related to nation, because without the idea of nation, the concept of nationalism cannot be imagined. And it is not that the nationalism, it was not prevalent in the earlier time, but it was there, But the modern concept of nationalism, it came when the nation state emerged, especially after the Westphalia Treaty. Okay, and with the emergence of the nation state, with the changes in different areas, such as in politics, such as in trade, so unification of the territory became essential. And during that time, the people, the common, like during that time, the culture, language, okay, common ancestry, it provide, it became through this identity, the people, they became united, okay, and it also helped. Therefore, the nation as an ideology, it also helped the state to consolidate, uh, help the state to consolidate, okay, and which also contributed to the development of the nationalism. So this is the briefly about the nationalism. In the next class, we are going to discuss about the approaches in Indian nationalism. Okay, in the first class, we discuss about the imperialist. And